Hello, everyone! I just finished up watching the brand new film Peter Pan and Wendy, exclusive on Disney Plus. Okay, we're going to do a quick review about this. I'm going to be showing some clips from the trailers. There's two trailers that we're going to be kind of going through here. But while we go through here, I would like to first start off with how I feel about one Peter Pan. Peter Pan, the 1953 film, is hands down one of my favorite Disney films of all time. So going into this film, very, very skeptical. In addition to that, I'm not a huge fan of the different Disney remakes of live action films. I don't think a lot of people are, but I've never been a big fan unless it has a brand new twist to the story. For instance, up until this point, Cinderella has been my favorite of the remakes because I like the different angle they took on the story. So let's talk a little bit about this film. While the story is still similar to the 1953 classic that we all know and love, I do like how we get to get some elements from the original Peter Pan story that didn't really make it into the 1953 film. I've read the book, I've read the play. I'm a huge fan of Peter Pan, and I liked having a little bit more of the story from the original story, the actual uh, Barry story that was created back in the early 1900s. On top of that, one of my favorite pros of the entire film is that we get a big backstory for Captain Hook. Also, Tiger Lily was a much more interesting character in this film than she was in the 1953 film. I also love Wendy's role in the film. The actress, it bothered me for the first like 10 minutes of the film. So just to have it so you don't have to be bothered, it is young Natasha Romanoff in the film Black Widow. That's the girl who plays Wendy in the film. Also, Jude Law was a great Captain Hook, but still, in my opinion, Dustin Hoffman in the movie Hook, he will probably always be my favorite portrayal of Captain Hook. I just think he did a great job in this. However, Jude Law, I think, did an amazing job as well. I just don't think he's as good as Dustin Hoffman in the role. There's a few different cons that I have for the film. The 1953 film did a great job of expanding Tink's personality from the original story. If you've ever read the original story, Tinkerbell's not too complex of a character. She's kind of, simple and not. I don't know. You see how jealous she gets and different things like that in the 1953 film. Not as much in the original film. And in this story, she's a little bit closer in the personality to the original description of Tinkerbell than the character that we've gotten to know over the last 70 years. There's not a whole lot of Peter Pan in this film, unfortunately, because it's called Peter Pan. I do like the elaborate backstory we get from Hook, but I wish we got a little bit more of a backstory on Peter Pan himself. I mean, we get some backstory, but just not as much as I would like to. Although I do enjoy how his story wrapped up in the end of the film. So just watch the film. I think overall, the ending of this film wraps up his storyline well. I just wish we had a little bit more backstory as the film was going through. Overall, I enjoyed it, and I will definitely watch it again. The 1953 film will always be one of my favorite films, but as far as the remakes go, I really do enjoy it. I really enjoy the 2003 live action remake that was not done by Disney. I don't know if anyone out there watched that one, but I do feel like this one might be a little bit better than the 2003 live action remake because I felt like that was just kind of a copy and paste from the 1953 one. So overall, 1953 favorite one. This one in 2023 is probably number 2, and then the 2003 is probably my number 3. Let me know in the comments if you watched the film yet and how you would rank it compared to other live action remakes. And of course, as always, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.